Tell me about first meeting us and how it went with basically, getting to know our service and getting to know, exactly what we'd offer you. Tell us about that process.
I'll answer that one. Well, I was really impressed with the portfolio that I received. It was a peachy with all kinds of information, including the contract, a demo CD, and I was able to listen to it and see the terms and conditions and price sheet all there at once. And I actually had my family over, they reviewed your CD and watched it, and I explained my reasoning for being really interested in you guys, and that was for the fact because you were so different from other DJs and professional and prepared. You had such a diverse background, and I could tell that you covered all types of different cultures and all types of different weddings, and so you'd definitely be able to meet our needs and what we wanted with being different and creative. And at our first meeting with you, you kept to the subject and just made sure that we knew what you expected of us and that what we expected of you, and made sure that everyone knew what homework we were doing to be prepared to get well in advance so that you could have all the information that you needed to plan our agenda and our itinerary for the evening.
Now, in terms of, you met with us later on after we signed the contract, and we came to you with some really kind of very different ideas, including the voiceovers and the and the introductions, personalized introductions for your wedding party and things like that. And I guess tell us tell us your perception of those things.
Well, we were really excited at that meeting. Of course, with voiceovers and stuff, it can be a little nerve-wracking, but you made us really feel comfortable. We were in a living room setting, and you asked the questions. We were able to think about them, and before we responded. And with the as soon as we started brainstorming together, both you and us, we came up with some great ideas with the wedding parties and just the introductions. And I really appreciate the fact that I could just give you like 5 pieces of information on each person in the wedding party, and that you wrote the creative script that made it fun and lively. And I know that the wedding party was really excited to hear their personalized descriptions when they were walking out during the reception.
This evening lover from Tigard, Oregon is a printing tech by day and Epicurean adventurer by night. His passion is to find the perfect meal and a good glass of wine. In his spare time, you'll find him spending quality time with friends or lending a helpful hand. Please welcome Andy Carter. This holder of young minds, aka charter school teacher, has recently relocated to Central Oregon, where despite global shortages, she still makes a mean batch of rice. She's also a former Miss Rodeo Oregon, and in her spare time still volunteers for the organization. Please welcome Stephanie Hadini. Here they are, a former rodeo queen and a former Marine. This pair knew their love was destined to be when they first laid eyes on each other at the Denny's in Market Street on Salem. They found they had so much in common. They both love sushi, they both love the woods, they both have a cousin Richard and an Uncle Dick. They survived a long-distance courtship that burned through gas, tires, and cell phone minutes. Along with their dogs, Lucy and Oakley, they have finally found their bliss together, enjoying motorcycle rides and long hikes in the Northwest wilderness. Today, we celebrate the merging of these two extraordinary lives. Please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Justin Ames.
We heard feedback from family and friends that had attended, and a lot of them had said that that was the best wedding they've ever been to because of all of the personal touches and just the way the program flowed. That they hadn't heard the voiceovers and the first dance before, and they hadn't seen introductions of the wedding party, and so they all were just so appreciative and excited about our day because they had never seen anything like that before. You guys took it to a whole different level, I think, so we appreciate that.
Well, my mom told me when I was a little girl that I need to date as many people as I could so that when I met the right person, I would know right away. But when I met Justin, I realized that he was the person for me that I wanted to marry.
Looking back, I went through 6 cell phones, 2 sets of tires, a truck, and some amazing phone bills. Definitely worth every penny to be in this position now.
I love Jess for many reasons. His patience, compassion, generosity. He takes care of me.
I love Amber for lots of reasons. She's caring, always has a positive attitude, and she's definitely one of a kind. I hate going to a wedding where you see everything by the numbers. Okay, now I know we're gonna eat cake. Now I know we're going to do the first dance. You know, all that kind of stuff. This wasn't by the numbers. This was a lot more meaningful. It was good.
And we appreciate you guys prompted us for some sort of theme. And so, you know, identifying what the couple's theme is, and then you can just kind of brainstorm from there. And I know it gives you good ideas of what you can provide and do to add to the personal touches. Our theme was family and generational appreciation and passing things down. I wore a third generation dress. Our parents danced to their own songs that they danced at their own wedding during our wedding, and so it was all about family and tradition and marriage, and so we really appreciated the fact that you brought that into it too, but then also going to Italy and for our honeymoon and bringing that theme into it as well. Just kind of adds to the whole evening.
Yeah, the incorporation of everything and your flexibility at the same time. We were able to do what we wanted, yet get a lot more than we expected at the same time.
What was it like for your family and for you guys to see us show up at your rehearsal?
Well, they were really excited to hear that Jeff was able to make it to our rehearsal dinner and rehearsal just to get to know our family and the wedding party and identify the names with the descriptions and just kind of put two and two together to be prepared for the next day. And then it, of course, made us feel more comfortable just getting to know him, and it just made that wedding day evening just flow so easily because he was easily able to identify certain people and who they were because he had already been introduced to them and knew who they were.
So I want to tell you guys a little bit about how the send-off came about, how that we got the idea for that. And originally we were just going to, pick a song from Italy and say, hey, this is their last song, and everybody come out on the floor, let's dance and do a big send-off. And then just so happened, probably like the day before your wedding, we were watching Good Morning America with my mom, and they had a little news blurb about the Ponte Mobilio Bridge where the lovers go and lock their locks and throw the keys into the water, and this was like to show that their hearts were locked together forever, and true love. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the best thing ever. We've got to go get a lock. This would be the funnest thing, And so we kind of just started scheming, and I'm like, well, just, we've got the projector running anyway. We can just throw the rest of the slideshow onto there. We can just throw like the last few images and everything. And so we made up a, very last minute little like few image slideshow of the bridge and got you guys a lock and put together the presentation, and just wanted to get your, from your perspective on that moment for you. Tell us about it.
Yeah, that was really unexpected to get an extra parting gift.
From my perspective, it was exciting because that was the last piece of the night, and just to have a surprise from you guys. And like Jess said, it's kind of a parting gift, and it was like kind of a built-in adventure for our honeymoon, so that we got to go find this bridge and be a part of what a lot of people have participated in, and attach that lock and take a picture and then bring that back to you. It was just our thank you to you for just putting so much into our wedding and really caring about how the day went for us to make it what we wanted. I know the feedback I got was that people that have been to so many weddings. I know my predecessor, my former boss, she's been to so many weddings in her lifetime, and she said this was innovative and creative, and it wasn't just about us, but it was also an entertainment piece for people that were sharing our day with us. So it was a program. It wasn't just the wedding ceremony and party, that there was actually a scheduled program with different events that allowed them to connect with us that much more. And so that was really special. Other feedback that I received, the wedding party, they thought their individual segments were hilarious and interesting, and they've never had that before. So they enjoyed that and wanted to actually see. A couple of them asked for the little scripts to, find out to listen to it again. And so everybody just really appreciated just having that extra touch and attention to who they are, because it was about Jess and I, but it's all about our family and our friends that were a part of it too, and making them feel connected to the day is important.